the potato diet. It's about the potato diet.
Right.
I ate eggs with my breakfast. I ate like because I'm still iffy, and because it's the unknown. I just don't want my sugar to increase, right? And but last night it did. My sugar went to 200.
Okay.
So what I did was I ate meat because if you eat meat, then it kind of balance it out, some type of protein. So I was
Yeah.
like, let me just eat some. I said, just let me eat some meat so it can come down. I will say this about the potato diet. Because yesterday for breakfast I ate two boiled eggs and a baked potato and the baked potato. And then for lunch I ate uh some veggies. I ate a bag of veggies and the baked potato. I ate two baked potatoes, so I had to make it make sense to me, make it pretty. So I put the baked potato at the bottom and I put the veggies on top and I ate it together. That was really delicious. And then last night I ate two baked potatoes and a little side salad. So, but again, I noted I checked my sugar and my sugar was at 200. So I just ate some meat.
That's fine.
Um, so, but I will say this about it.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I have to. I've been taking Pepsid AC because my sugar. I'm sorry, because my stomach, the acid I have acid reflux, and sometimes it's just horrible for no apparent reason. So I don't put anything on my potato at all. I just been just leaving just eating the potato as is. I just cut it open to eat it. I'm okay with it because that's how I am. I don't like seasoning like that. So I did the potato salad yesterday, and I did part of it today. I did it again. I will say that I did not take a Pepsid AC yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't have any trouble issues
Mm-hmm.
at all.
Mm-hmm.
At all, which was and I really like that because I mean, who wouldn't, who everyone wants to live pain free, right? So, but the fact that I didn't have like any type of like nothing, like it was nothing. I didn't have to take anything. Today I had eaten some greens, and I think that because I was doing the potato diet, I think the greens was a little bit too heavy for my tummy, and it jacked me up. It messed me up. So my stomach has been hurting. So I didn't for dinner. I ate a potato. I ate two potatoes tonight. And with a little meat, with just some chicken, some boiled chicken. So that's what I did for tonight to make sure that my sugars don't go up. But I think I like that potato thing because I have been incorporating it with like with every like with I incorporated at least one potato, with my meals,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel good. I don't feel sluggish. I guess that's the thing. I don't really feel sluggish.
I did mention there was a study that did only one potato in one meal in a day, and even then it had some benefits. Not the full benefits that you had if you went full potato. Now, all the potatoes you've had, they've all been converted to resistant starch, right? You did the preparation,
Like the boiling it.
boiling in it and refrigerating it overnight.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's the key. That's the whole key.
Mm-hmm.
All because also too, it reduces the impact on your insulin. You don't get the insulin spike doing it that way. The more you can incorporate the potato in a percentage of your single meal, the more benefits they're going to have. The biggest thing though is that is to get rid of the bacteria that lives off the bad stuff, so you don't get those cravings. All right. I just talked to one of the women in my alpha test group, and she's 66 years old, and she did a full potato diet for 4 days. And now she just completed day 3 of an extended water fast.
Mm,
And she said she's just so happy because she was looking at 2 Heath candy bars and she had no cravings for them.
mm.
So she's really happy. So she's aiming for a 5-day.
Usually I
Mhm.
eat about between, okay, because I do points with Weight Watchers, right?
Right.
So I normally do between 15 to 17 snacks because I told you I like to snack. I can snack all day, right? I can just eat snacks. Not bad. It don't have to be necessarily bad snacks or anything like that. But I did this potato diet really because I want to try this. I want to see if it was going to stop my cravings for the snacking, and it did. Yeah.
Good.
So between 15 to 17 points I'm looking at right now. Since I've been doing incorporating the potato diet,
Mm-hmm.
I have had between 0 to 3 points in my snacks. Like yesterday, I had it was like 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 3 points yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason it was 3 points is because strawberries are counted as points, but it was strawberries. I ate strawberries and carrots. Normally, I'll eat like a fiber bar and things like that. So listen, I know. Stop making that face. I see your face over there. So I just found out that the fiber bars are really not good for you. But I needed it so it can help me go. But again, I've been trying this potato diet
Mm-hmm.
because I want to see. So yesterday, I was like, oh, I told my wife, I said, babe, I didn't go to the restroom today. But then today, this morning, I went. It was natural. It it was very natural. I'm sorry. I don't know how deep I can go with you.
No,
Uh,
go ahead. You can
okay.
go deep.
So it wasn't dark.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was not a dark color. Because I look at my stuff. I like whatever come out, I
Yeah.
need to see what you look like.
Yeah.
And it wasn't dark. And I was very happy about that. That it
Yeah.
wasn't dark and it wasn't hard to go. It was
Yeah.
very,
Just go through.
yep, it just went through.
Yeah. Because potato by its nature is fiber. It's natural fiber. So it's
Mhm.
going to help you get regular. I mean, it's just, it's
I didn't
basically
know
nothing.
that.
Yeah, it has a lot of benefits. The number one thing, as I mentioned before, is that you are starving the bacteria that causes the cravings for the bad stuff.
Okay.
And also, as I mentioned before, according to a research scientist in Australia, he developed what they call a satiety index, meaning he rated foods by how full they make you feel. Potatoes is number 1 on the scale.
Really?
Yeah, it fills you up out of any of the other foods. You eat potatoes, they'll make you feel full. Yeah, because it's bulky. And like for me, I found that boiling potatoes makes you even less hungry because you're adding all that water,
Mm-hmm.
right? If it comes down to not eating potato, I prefer you eat the baked potato versus no potatoes at all.
Yeah,
So I mean,
you know what?
mhm,
I've kind of been going back and forth. When my wife does it,
mhm,
she likes to bake them. Oh, and guess what else I did?
mhm,
Well, I didn't do. My wife did for me. She cut the potato up
mhm.
like French fries.
Yeah,
She cut them up like French fries. She put them in the oven, and then we put them in the refrigerator, and I ate them like that as well. So I was just like, it's just sometimes you don't want to keep eating the potato the same way because it's boring. Uh,
well, you see, that is unfortunately one of the things that you want to make your food boring because you want to teach your body to only eat food for fuel and not when you're bored, not for distraction, not for emotion.
mhm.
And you're only going to do that by making the food boring because it dries up those dopamine networks in your head.
So even the French fried potatoes wasn't good to do.
No. As long
Oh,
as
okay,
you prepare them,
the
and
same way.
yeah, outside of a
Okay.
little bit of salt, you don't add any condiments, then it's fine.
No, I don't even add salt because I don't really like salt.
Okay, yeah, then it's
Yeah.
fine.
So
Yeah, that's fine.
and when I mean by boring is because I don't like to eat the same foods over and over again. I already do that now because I have such a sensitive stomach already. Like my stomach is very, very sensitive. So I it's not a lot that I can already eat.
Well, I will tell you that one of the women that I coached, she cured her ulcerative colitis with a 14-day water only fast. And right now, the clinic that does extended fasting, basically their main benefit that they're marketing on their website is a cure for ulcerative colitis.
Mm.
Okay. And I've been teaching you all the tricks, right? You've already heard me talk about you want to eliminate snacks between meals because it interrupts that 90-minute cycle when your GI tract has that contraction from the top and pushes all the stuff down where it's supposed to be. So there's two reasons why you shouldn't snack. Number one is that it interrupts that cyclical contraction in your GI tract. And then number two, obviously it bumps up every time you eat something beyond like 50 grams of carbohydrates will spike your insulin. That's why you can have a little bit of cream with your coffee and it doesn't spike your insulin, because your body always maintains a level of insulin. And because of that, you can have a little bit of protein and a little bit of carbohydrate, and it doesn't spike your insulin. Okay. Because you have that low level. But when you get beyond that, then the body goes, then your stomach says, okay, pancreas, crank up some insulin. Okay. But again, I'm glad to hear that it's reducing your cravings to have snacks. I'll be really happy when you're not snacking at all, but just to see a major reduction makes me happy. Progress is progress. That's what matters.
Yeah. So when you say snacking, that's no type of even healthy snacks. Is that correct?
Yeah, no snacks. What you want to do is, if you find yourself hungry between meals, have larger meals. It's really important to keep that.
It's that morning. It's my morning. That's what I need help with.
Okay, well,
because I noticed that before we started talking and or whatever, I noticed like if I was to eat in the morning, I love breakfast food. That's my favorite time to eat. Normally, my normal breakfast looks like turkey bacon, egg beaters with spinach and avocado. That's what it normally looks like. But if I'm feeling a little bit more hungry, I would do like a half a cup of grits.
Okay.
And when I have that half a cup of grits, or if I was to do like two waffles.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes it'll be two waffles. Yeah. Anytime that I add to my regular breakfast, which is not very often, but anytime that I do add, I don't have to, I would not snack because my stomach is just like, it's really settled and it's perfectly fine up until lunch. And because and when you said the other day, you said it's a mental thing. It's true because it's a routine that I have. So I know what time I eat the fiber bar. I know what time I eat all that stuff. Today, when I got hungry, what I did was I chewed gum.
Okay.
So I just kind of like noticed like little things like that, like, well, this is what happens when I do this. This is what happens when I do this. I just don't know. I want to do I'm not gonna say I can't. Right now, I just want to continue to do the potato as I can, like for a meal.
Yeah. You know, you mentioned before is your last meal. You just have potatoes because your stomach is getting sensitive now. It's sort of like, okay, don't eat this now. Okay. You know, you're going to naturally put more. Your meals are going to get larger percentages of potatoes until you basically have lost all those cravings completely. The main thing I'm concerned about is you notice all I care about is progress.
Right.
That's why I talk about is meeting you where you're currently at.
Right.
I've never been a teacher or a trainer that puts these impossibly high tasks unless I'm dealing with an extreme type A personality that's the only way I get their attention. right?
Right.
You're type A, but you're not extreme. So
Right.
we don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Well, it's just basic psychology. I'd rather give you these, let's get the low hanging fruit and give you some, some successes. So it gives you confidence. So when you hit that inevitable adversity, you have a track record of success. You go, well, look, I got some success. I'm going to keep with it.
Right.
So
Right.
I can tell you when I was going through the hard days of detoxification during the 40 day, I just looked back and says, I've got already weeks into this. I'm not going to give that all up for, this momentary thing of weakness,
Mhm.
right? Because Lord knows I didn't want to go through that again.
Right. Exactly. At all.
Everybody pretty much agrees that the potato diet is really effective
It
in
is.
rebalancing your gut biome so you get rid of the cravings. From everybody I'm hearing, usually if you go full potato, you deal with the cravings the first 2 days, then they disappear. It seems to be the minimum amount if you go full potato. However, if you're doing a hybrid approach like you're already just seeing progress with that, and that's fine. Okay.
Mhm.
When we will have to talk is when you plateau. Okay. When you notice you stop losing weight, or you notice you're not seeing any progress, then we have to make a change.
And with that, because I know you had told us not to weigh ourselves, so I didn't weigh myself.
Mhm.
I weighed myself today. I think I weighed myself today, so I'll weigh myself again next week.
Okay. Once a
And
week is
I'll
fine.
tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'll tell you what it is, and I'm also going to do inches because I know that sometimes our body loses inches, and I just want to make sure see.
The easy measure is as long as your clothes keep getting looser. Okay. That's all you need to know. Don't get fixated on the scale. I've seen too many women get emotional, go on emotional roller coasters because of an abstract
Let me
number on a
see it.
scale.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll give you a
Right.
perfect example with me being a guy. I can gain and lose 5 pounds without even thinking.
Right.
Okay. Just because as a guy, I'm more muscular, therefore I retain more water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When I do extended fast, I have been noted losing 11 pounds in a single day.
Wow.
And that's just mainly water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So just again, focus on the inches because and how you feel. That's all we care about, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I
So
said, I felt absolutely amazing. I didn't feel, like I said, I didn't feel sluggish even today, because my
mhm,
wife had a procedure done this morning too. That's why I was like, oh my God, how crazy.
mhm,
So she had a procedure done this morning. So it is like my mind was just kind of like everywhere, this
sure.
morning. And I didn't sleep. I did not sleep. Like I fell asleep, and then because she was up majority of the night, uh
Mhm,
I kind of was up as well.
mhm,
I woke up like about maybe one something, and I went back to sleep like around 5:30, and I got
mhm,
about 30 minutes of sleep, and and I was perfectly fine. I
yeah,
was perfectly fine. I was, again, not sluggish, but I think if I would have ate all that stuff, I think I would. I'm always have energy. I love morning time. Morning and breakfast is my favorite. So I think that, but I was able to even not even eat anything until she got out of surgery,
mhm,
out of her procedure, and then we came home and I ate the potato. So it was just, I like that because normally we would have went out to eat. And I was
mhm,
able to say, and she was like, well, just stop wherever you want to stop. We'll get
mhm.
you something to eat or whatever. And I was like, no. I said, I'm just gonna eat my potato. I was like, it's in the refrigerator. It's already done. I just gotta pop it in the microwave and eat it. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't beat the convenience once you do the preparation.
Exactly. Exactly. So I was like, let's just do it. But I did want to ask you again, like some of the
Mhm.
benefits. You said some of the benefits for the potato diet was it takes out the bacteria, right?
Okay. Yeah. Let's get a little bit into that. As you know, the gut biome has about, for a healthy person, you have about 3,200 different species of bacteria living down there.
Okay.
All right. obviously with that huge variety, and some bacteria live on other bacteria and all that, they don't know what each species does.
Okay.
However, they do know kind of like gross measurements. As I mentioned before, healthy people have about an average of 3,200 different species of bacteria in their gut. Type 2 diabetics and obese people only have a third of that diversity. All right. So the question is, what is making up that other 2/3? Because again, you still have that same volume. And it's my contention that 2/3 is basically, you got, a bunch of bad bacteria. Now
You said bad bacteria?
Yeah, bad bacteria. Bad bacteria meaning it's the bacteria that lives on sugar. It's the bacteria that lives off fast food. All right. And we have that study done by King's College in the UK, in which that postdoc kid lived on McDonald's for 10 days. And they measured his stool samples every day. And he started with, again, a healthy gut biome of 3,200. And at the end of the 10 days, his gut biodiversity dropped to that 1/3.
Okay.
In as short a time as 10 days. And he was starting to feel the effects after 3-4 days of living on McDonald's. So it kind of fits the time frame that we're all experiencing, right? When we start feeling better about usually 2 or 3 days if you're doing it full, or as yourself, you get a few more days into it, but you're still seeing an impact.
Right.
So it's again, understand that you got a whole mess of bacteria in there. Problem is if you're type 2 diabetic or obese or both, you have a lower diversity of bacteria than a healthy person. And that's primarily because you've got an imbalance, because you got a large number of bad bacteria living down there. That's causing those cravings.
Okay.
So again, by eating the potato diet, it does two major benefits, right? You're starving the bad bacteria, right? You're not feeding it because you're eating potatoes.
Right.
And we already know that the resistant starch feeds the bacteria that lives in the lower part of your GI tract. And also it allows the bacteria, there's a strain of bacteria that lives just off the slime in your gut walls.
Okay.
And that specific type of bacteria is like the janitor maintaining the health of your GI wall tract.
Okay.
And it's really delicate because the width of the walls in your GI tract are only 1 cell thick.
Okay.
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 So this is the reason that, especially if you get to the point where you're doing extended fasting, because you're going long periods of starving that bad bacteria and you're allowing the space for the good bacteria to proliferate, that's why we get benefits like the curing of ulcerative colitis.
Okay.
Curing IBS. A lot of stomach ailments seem to go away utilizing a fasting protocol. Okay? Does that help give you perspective on this stuff?
It does. Yep, it does.
Okay. So what I'm going to do,
you talking about all the stuff again. I just want to be sure of everything, of some of the things, of the benefits of it, like the curing the IBS, and I put on here that it's great fiber as well.
Yeah, it's good fiber. I wouldn't put the IBS strictly to the potato. IBS is more in line when you start doing extended fasting.